Right now, the brand new Anycubic Kobra X is about halfway through a 23-hour 4-color Spider-Man print. I figured if we were going to test the Anycubic's newest multicolor printer, we should probably do something big. 23 hours, 4 colors, a lot of filament changes. This one print should tell us quite a bit about what the Kobra X can actually do. So this guy over here is the Anycubic Kobra X, and it is Anycubic's newest 3D printer. Let's talk features before we get into our Spider-Man print that we did. 260 by 260 by 260 is your build volume on this machine. You have the latest Ace Gen 2 tool head here, and you've also got 4 colors up top. So 4-color native multicolor printing, and that is expandable up to 19 colors. It is also RFID enabled. You do that kind of grocery store style. Have you ever walked up to a checkout counter and you scan something and go boop? That's how you do it on this. Then you manually feed that filament and it detects and knows exactly what it is if you're using the Anycubic line of filament. Let's talk setup really quick. I could almost assemble this thing one-handed. I tried. There are a couple spots with some screws that you have to use 2 hands, but assembly is straightforward. You're putting your gantry on, super simple. You connect your PTFE tubes, you snap in your top mount filament spool holders here, and you've got some wires you connect on the underside of the printer. Very straightforward, easy. As far as configuring the printer, it's on par with all the other brands nowadays. You scan a QR code, you download your app, it does have a phone app. You download Anycubic Slicer, you can pair it, you bind your printer, set up your Wi-Fi, all that good stuff. The prompts work, everything's easy to follow. You're not gonna have any issues. So once you're through with your setup, you are ready to rock and roll, and this is where I actually like to start my videos, and that is straight out of the box testing. So this is what we printed. I'm going to tell you how we did it, and let's talk about the results. We have our Anycubic slicer downloaded. I found this Spider-Man model. I downloaded it, uploaded it into my slicer, used the default settings for purge settings and everything else, just added supports, and I was ready to rock and roll and send this to the printer. We have our 4 colors loaded. Blue, white, red, and black, and those are Spider-Man colors, right? So we are good to go. I kicked off this print. Estimated time was 23 hours. It actually finished in 22 hours, 47 minutes. So I got my Spider-Man print off of the printer. The printer itself performed well. No issues with getting this print done. Finished before its estimated time, which was, again, 23 hours. And we had some stringing, some things. We're out in the garage. I didn't dry any of the filament, so I kind of expected a little bit of cleanup to be done. Easy enough to burn off, and luckily it didn't cause any issues with our print overall. Overall, the print itself looks good. The layer lines look good. I did 0.20, so just your standard in most slicers, and everything turned out great. Supports broke away cleanly. Didn't have any issues there. Nothing stuck to the point where you couldn't get it off, so that is always a plus. Now let's talk about settings. So this color, we have red, we have blue, we have black, and we have white. And if you look at the top of Mr. Spider-Man here, you can see we have a brighter red. And then as that transitions into the black and the blue, we're getting some darker red, and you can actually see that bleeding of color. Why does this happen? This happens because of purge, and that is all this stuff over here. Well, you can adjust in your slicer your purge volumes, and some slicers' default settings are very conservative, and I went from 0.72 to a 1.1, and I did one more print. This one was a smaller print. This was a 6-hour print, and this was a green Hulk, the regular Hulk, and my son loves the red Hulk, so I switched the colors. And I used the same colors that we had loaded. This one turned out much better. Still some purge that we have to work out. But you can see here in this guy in close up, especially in a comparison, that we have bright reds, we have a good black to red transition. The eyes, the white and blacks look a lot better, and then the blue to red look much better as well. Let's talk about this guy and who its competition might be. And I really feel like this printer is geared to compete with, any guesses? Comment down below. Slide this guy over here because the guy I'm gonna bring out has a really short power cord. So there's that. One of my favorite printers to use, and that is the A1 Mini. So we have our Kobra X, we have an A1 Mini. Why don't we print something, the same thing on both printers, and then see how well they compare to one another? So I kicked off a test print to compare these two printers directly. I mentioned I only have an A1 Mini, but for the most part, those specs are all the same for the A1. So in this test, we're comparing the Kobra X against the A1 series printers, and I settled on a 4-color stitch print to do that testing, kicked it off overnight. So let's check out our results. So for the A1 Mini here, 10 hours, 42 minutes to do this stitch. For the stitch on our Kobra X, 6 hours, 22 minutes. So significantly faster on our Kobra X. Now these are all the same print settings, no changes, no differences there. So we're starting with the A1 Mini here. We're gonna break off these supports. Everything is breaking off pretty clean. No issues there. We are in the garage, so with being in the garage, I tend to get a little bit of stringing from my filament, but it burns off and it hasn't affected the overall quality of the print itself. So this guy's done. We're gonna put him here. I'll show you some close-ups, but let's go ahead and get this guy over here off. 10 hours, 46 minutes again with the A1 Mini here, and 6 hours, 22 minutes with the Kobra X. So same deal so far, supports are breaking off, pretty easy. So there are our two stitches, and if you look at them up close, they look remarkably similar. So that is telling us that our print quality as a whole is spot on with the competition, and the Kobra X was quicker in the process of doing that. When you have a single tool head multicolor printer, it has to purge that material, it has to go somewhere. So you're gonna have filament waste, right? So that's just a reality of the situation that you're going to have to deal with. And they both purged the same amount of filaments. I made sure that for testing that we were spot on with all of our parameters. I wanted to see how well it printed and then how well the color transitions and everything were with those purge settings, and both of these look fantastic. So I'm gonna say the Kobra X won here because it was significantly faster. I think it would still be faster than the A1. I did slice it in there, and its times were the same as the Mini. So using the Mini to do this test, I think is a good example of what kind of performance you're gonna get. Who is this printer really geared towards? Well, let's talk value. So right now on Anycubic site, $344 gets you this setup right here, which has the 4 colors natively included. And then this guy over here, we're going to talk about the A1. So that one is $299 for just the printer, and then $399 if you want the printer and the AMS. 260 by 260 by 260 is your build volume, so 4 millimeters around, larger for the Kobra X compared to the regular A1, which is 256 by 256 by 256. As far as other features and things like that, they are very, very similar. They both have cameras, they have AI sensors and everything that are, it will tell you if you're stringing or if your print fails or you have bed adhesion issues, it will stop the print. It has run out detection. It has all of the features, all the bells and whistles that you will find in a modern 3D printer these days, which is fantastic. So you're really going to have to look at this at value. Same level of performance between two machines. So that's where I would look at this as a value. Is a Kobra X worth it? $344 to me, that is a pretty good price to get a larger volume printer. And it also has everything contained within a nice footprint. Something I've always disliked with the A1 series printers, if you're using the AMS Lite, is this sits off to its side. It takes up a large amount of space. So that's it for today, guys. I really enjoyed testing this printer. I'm gonna turn this over to my kids. They've been asking for it since I've had it. They have really started to get into 3D printing, and I think that's another area where these types of printers are going to be really beneficial, is getting the kids involved, how easy they are to use. And it just makes everything more exciting when they're wanting to print their own things and then they just, randomly show you what they printed. As I say all the time, I can't do this without you. So thank you all. I appreciate it. And like, subscribe, comment. Can't wait to hear from you. Let me know down below if you're going to pick up a Kobra X. I do have a discount code and product link, so anything you do helps the channel. It helps me continue to grow this thing, so I do appreciate all that support as well. All right, guys, I'm Aaron. This is the Printasaurus. See you guys in the next video.